Hello everyone, today I want to give you a quick overview of our vulnerability intelligence dashboard that can be found on trends.psec.io. This dashboard is completely free for everyone and I intend to keep it that way. How I have designed this is to use a lot more graphics and symbols because I feel like in the threat intelligence landscape there is a lot of text. I've tried to remedy that by using symbols, colors and graphics to aid in information understanding and getting an overview of things. So to start this off, in the top nav bar here we have an explanation for the trend score. So if we click this button, we will see how the trend score works, why we score things the way we do. Next, we will see the chosen activity window here, and this is the activity window that we have chosen in the control panel down here. From the control panel, we can also add filters. So for example, if you're only interested in WordPress or Microsoft or whatever, we can add a filter for that here. Same goes for the severity. If you're only interested in critical, then we can click that. We are only interested in vulnerabilities that are exploitable over the network. We can click a filter for that, as well as for authenticated, if it's unauthenticated or authenticated, whatever it is that we wish to see. We also have a filter for the CISA Kev catalog called exploited. So if we click this filter, we only see vulnerabilities that are in the Kev catalog and a bunch of other filters, as you can see down here. In the top left corner, we have a vulnerability heat map, which gives you a quick overview of the vulnerabilities currently trending and what kind of metrics that they contain. We have a rising EPSs list here, the EPS scores that have risen in the past 7 days. And to the upper right corner, we have a ransomware campaign graph taken from RansomLook, organizations that were claimed over time for the chosen activity window. Click one of these, we also see what CVEs were trending that day, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they were used in a ransomware campaign in any way. Coincidence. If we click this button here, we will also see what CVEs that are in the ransom group profiles, and the ones that are visible in our dashboard will also show here. For the ones that are not, they will be grayed out and linked to NVD instead. In this list, we see the vulnerabilities that are trending, and the sorting here is depending on what sorting you have chosen as a user. So in this case, the default is trend score, but you can choose to sort for media coverage, EPS's probability, rising EPSs, CVS's severity, and so on. But it defaults to the trend score. And again, if you need an explanation as how this works, you can just click here and read about it. Everything is shown depending on the chosen activity window. If we need a further explanation as to what all the symbols mean, we can click the legend here and it will show us a list that explains further what all of these symbols mean. You may at any point change the theme by clicking the upper right corner if you want the light mode or dark mode according to your preference. If we scroll down, we also have a declaration of the data sources used for this dashboard. And if we click one source, for example, the media news outlets, we'll see a list of all the news outlets that we're using. Another important detail of this dashboard is that when you click a vulnerability, then you get a more comprehensive breakdown of the information that we have. So you have the title and the more important tags, as well as the description and some metrics, as well as the CISA SSVC enrichment. Then you have a breakdown of why this is trending, as well as a signal timeline. And in the end, we have the references. I want to give a special shout out to the people of Reddit. I think it was Reddit or cybersecurity. You guys helped me a lot with giving suggestions and tips and tricks for this dashboard. That I'm really thankful, and I have tried my best to implement all of those suggestions. If there's anything else that you guys lack, or you find something that you think could improve this dashboard, please reach out to me. hello@psec.io. I will do my best to accommodate your wishes. I also want to show you briefly how the mobile version differs from this one. So for the mobile version, it is a little bit more condensed than the desktop version. Of course, we can't show all the information in the nav in the same way. It just take up too much space, but it has the same functionality. So if we click this trend score button, we get the explanation, same with the legend, and we can see everything that we do see on the desktop version, just a bit more condensed. This especially applies to the vulnerability list where we can't really fit all the information in the same way. I did a best effort and give the most important information. The control panel for the mobile version works exactly the same way, and you still have the same information.